Magnum calibers are overrated for 90% of hunters. I said it, most guys using a 300 or even a 7 mag don't need to be. It might even be hurting their success more than helping. Now all of this is coming from a guy who's used a 300 to take some of his best animals to date. But there's a reason I really don't use it too much anymore. So in this video we're going to talk about what I'm using now, the changes I'm seeing, and why you might consider switching to something else as well. Now a little background, I live in Arizona. I've grown up chasing coos deer and mule deer and the occasional elk, and my cartridge of choice growing up was the 270. Now we were mostly hunting deer, but I have killed a few elk with it as well, and overall I love this thing. The 270 is pretty flat shooting. The recoil is fairly mild. You can find ammo at any store you go to. And overall, the 270 is just super reliable. One of those old school classics that you just can't go wrong with. But as I got older, I fell into the trap that more is better. And so I switched to the 300 short mag. Now I love this cartridge as well. And what I really liked about it was moving to a short action, but I really liked the speed, the energy, those real big bullets. I knew whatever I was shooting at was gonna die. And I used this for years. I killed some of my biggest animals to date, from coos deer to mule deer. I've killed a few sheep with it. Overall, the 300 has done me very well. And so you might be asking, well, then why are you not using it anymore? What are you using now? Well, not a lot of people are gonna like this, but for the last couple years, when it comes to deer specifically, I've been shooting the 6.5 Creedmoor. Now, before you click off the video, hear me out. I'm mostly chasing coos deer with a rifle. I don't really hunt elk with a rifle. I primarily archery hunt. I very occasionally hunt mule deer and sheep. I am mostly rifle hunting coos deer on a year-to-year basis. For those of you that aren't familiar with coos deer, they are extremely tiny. You do not need a 300 to kill a coos deer. So I switched to the 6.5 Creedmoor for a number of reasons. First and foremost, the recoil. Now, with my 300, I had a very aggressive muzzle brake. So aggressive that honestly, it felt like it didn't kick at all. I felt like it kicked way less than the old 270 I grew up shooting. That being said, it still occasionally was hard to stay on target after a shot, which is a big reason I switched to the Creedmoor, because this thing doesn't kick at all. And while I'm not recoil sensitive, I really appreciate being able to watch my shot through my scope, especially because I mostly hunt alone. Another reason is just the cost of it all. Magnum calibers are going to cost a lot more than something smaller, especially when you get something kind of unique like the short mag that I was using. Whereas the Creedmoor, even with today's crazy prices, I can get a box of ammo for 25, 30 bucks and get way more practice and range time in versus something like a 300 short mag. And last but not least, again, I'm primarily hunting coos deer. A 300 is just overkill. Now I've killed a couple coos deer with this, and sure, it turned out good, but a 200 grain bullet might actually do more damage than what you need to, ruin more meat, and overall, it's just not necessary. Now, I'm not hating on Magnum calibers whatsoever. In fact, I still intend to fully use a Magnum for specific hunts, just not for deer. I think a lot of guys are using something that's a little bit overkill for what they actually need, especially if they're not shooting out to those longer distances. So between the recoil, the price, and just shooting something that's a little bit more well suited for the size of the game that I was after, last few years I've been using the Creedmoor. I'm actually switching this year to something new. I'll be making a video on that here in a couple weeks, so if you want to see, be sure to subscribe. I'm super excited about that coming up. I will be using a rifle that 99% of people have recommended to me. Excited to get my hands on one this week, and in a few weeks I'll be launching that series. But whether it's a 270, a 6.5 Creedmoor, or maybe it's something big like a 300, I don't think there's any wrong answer as long as you have confidence in what you're shooting and you get practice time with it. So what are you shooting? What do you think is the best deer cartridge? Leave me a comment down below. I appreciate you guys watching this one. Got some really exciting gun videos coming up over the course of the next few weeks. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't, because I'm pretty excited to get my hands on some new guns to test out for this hunting season. But thanks for watching this one, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.